Okay, so here's the progress so far. Can I just say that I am in love with my new sewing desk. We still have some stuff to do because my husband, it's wobbly a little bit, so he's gonna get some stuff from Home Depot to fix it and make it nice and sturdy and everything. But I love the length. This is the cutting part. And then my machines will go here. That all needs to be reorganized. There's going to be another piece either like that one or I'm going to swap that one. I don't know. Stay tuned. But this is all going to be shelving. And then I'm going to put a curtain across here so I don't have to look at that. That's what Plan D did, and I loved her idea, so I'm going to steal it. I'm going to put some sort of curtain along this back wall so I don't have to look at all this mess. And also I have some cabinets that are going to go here somewhere. I still haven't figured that out. That area is still an absolute mess. It's my vanity area. It's just going to be organized and cleaned up, and we're going to get rid of some stuff and all that good stuff. And then we'll continue on to organizing the fabrics. I'm in my pajamas. You will not see me in my pajamas. And yeah, organizing all this. So it is a work in progress, but I wanted to show the desk that I am so beyond excited about. I love it. Oh my God, there's going to be so much room for activities. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty these are. My lavender cutting mats. I got 2 of them. They are 35 by 24. The biggest size that I could find. And in my head, they were gonna go the complete length. But this is quite fine. Quite fine. Because like I said, my machines are going to go over there, and I'll probably just put like office type stuff there. I'm going to have a pegboard here and a pegboard here. So I'll have plenty of space for bits and bobs and whatnot. But isn't it beautiful? Look how pretty. I love it so much. I know the color is not translating. Let me put the light behind me. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. And it also came with, I got it from a company called Honey's Haven on Amazon. It came with this ruler and some purple clips, and came with 5 extra blades for the rotary cutter. So it comes with all of this, and I actually got 2 sets of each since I bought 2 mats. So and it was $45. So that's a good deal. Like I said before, when we first moved into this house, oh my God, I can't believe it'll be 10 years. This is how it was supposed to be, and life just got away. So I'm so happy. Everything in here is going to be lavender because that's what I want. That's the color of my walls that we started off with, as you can see, and the color of my print shelves that we started off, and my baskets for my patterns. So everything is coming together. I'm so excited. I am so grateful to my husband for doing this because he has a lot on his plate all the time. But he still stops to help me with my projects. So yay, excited. Trying to film and actually put this stuff away with no air on down here is just too much. I opted to not have my husband install air conditioning in here when we first got the house because I'm always cold, and I was like, I'll never use it, but I'm dying. I usually have fans in here, but they're out of here. Anyway, I digress. So, progress so far. I took the two cabinets that I had. This one, I used to just keep laundry stuff in it. And then this one pretty much has kind of the same stuff in it. It's just better organized. The only thing that wasn't in it before was my records down there, and then the manuals to my machines and my washer and dryer. So, but pretty much everything crafty is in here. Paints, glue, bits and bobs, you know, all that's in there. So that is gonna stay there. There's still some empty space for more stuff that I have not organized yet, so we'll get to that. The cabinet, my husband bought a Billy bookcase for his office and didn't even decide that he didn't want it, so I took it. So that's gonna go there. It's just too heavy to get out of the garage and bring downstairs, so I didn't. It's a work in progress, y'all. Keep that in mind. Yeah, so my beautiful chair. I'll show y'all that later. I love that chair. Oh my God. My desk is in. It is a mess because, again, organizing everything. But a pegboard is going to go here, the purple one. And then a white one is going to go here. And then as you can see, I painted my thread holders. They were just regular wood. And then I also painted this cart here. I'll give you guys a better tour once everything is clean and perfect and put away. I also painted this, and I'm gonna attach an ironing board to the top of that and then just put ironing stuff, bits and bobs there. I also, this area is a disaster. It's all staying, but like the vanity staying, I'm just cleaning everything up, but it's become a dumping ground right now. I spray painted these two, what is it, the Rubbermaid bins or whatever you call them, drawer bins that I had. One was black, one was purple, and I just painted the frame and I put the drawers back as they are. I don't care that the top drawers are purple and the bottom drawers are clear. I don't care. It's not that serious. And then my husband also gave me, this one is a Billy bookcase as well. And again, he decided he didn't need to use it. So I took it off his hands, and it fits every last one of my purses perfectly. I was so happy about that. Oh my God. So right now I am just basically going through things, getting rid of stuff I should have gotten rid of a long time ago. This is my third huge garbage bag. Yay me. But I want to show you guys something cool. I was going through a box and look what I found. Where I got these, I don't know. Who bought them? I don't know. Do I remember buying them? I do not, but they're pretty awesome. So yeah. Okay, I am extremely bad at vlogging because I just get overwhelmed with the fact of vlogging and trying to get everything done. So I have to get better at that. I'm going to work on it. And also my husband doesn't like to be on camera, and I want to respect that. So a lot of the stuff that he has to do, I really don't want to film. So with that being said, you guys have seen the desk. I showed that. He put up my pegboards, the purple one, the lavender one here, and the white one here. and secured the table. So it's perfect now. We did, in fact, move this leg back a little bit so that I'll have more leg room to pivot when I'm sewing. And he's so wonderful, y'all. I didn't only marry him because he's gorgeous, but he's extremely handy. And I could not get that stupid shelf in that corner to save my life. He came down here in 5 minutes and it was in. So I am so excited because I did not want to put it here. Oh, I did not want to put it there. It just feels so much more roomy and airy. Let me just stand back and show you guys with nothing there. So I'm going to put a curtain from the lavender wall all the way over. That yellow ribbon is coming down. So that I can still hide all that and it'll just look so neat. And I just didn't want anything here. The only thing that's going to stay there is that laundry cart for the laundry, obviously. And then I'm going to put a curtain here just to hide all that not so pretty stuff, which would give me a good backdrop also for filming. So what we're going to do now is going to, put all the things away on the shelf and start putting everything in its place. Okay, so I got all of my threads on the wall, pretty much all of my threads. These are just the regular spools for my regular sewing machine. And then in here, I just have all the serger threads. I honestly don't change out my serger thread, which is so bad, I guess, but whatever. So I would just use this as regular thread for real, because changing out the serger thread is such a pain in the ass. I keep telling myself I'm gonna watch videos and learn how to do it. Plan D does it without, like, there's a way you can do it where you can like cut the threads and tie them together, but I haven't figured that out yet. So that's on my learn how to do list for this year. But that's the progress for the sewing pegboard and the cutting pegboard. That's the progress so far. I have so much stuff. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I have to take a break and go make dinner now. And we'll either pick it back up today or mañana. Okay. I know it doesn't seem like much progress because in my head it doesn't seem like much progress. But trust me, it is. Now, as you can see, I got the cabinets in. I got everything in this cabinet, these two cabinets, and then this bookshelf stores all my patterns and a few other bits and bobs like notions and my artificial flowers. So I bought a piece for here. And let me tell y'all, it came up to like right here. It was like a doll's. I was so mad. A doll's cabinet. It was so small. In the pictures, it did not look that small. That's my fault because I should have just ordered the original cabinet I wanted from IKEA and just been done with it. But so I returned that one. I ordered the Kallax cabinet from IKEA, and then I'm going to get some more of those cubes, put it in there. I am going to put a curtain across from like right here, and then a curtain across here. So basically it's going to be like a L, and you won't be able to see any of this because, oh my gosh, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. This is also my laundry room. I'm grateful for the space, but I don't want to look at it. So that's why all of this is piled there. I just need to have my cabinets to put all that away. But I did start my pegboards. I'm still trying to figure out what I want up there. I don't know, other than, my threads, which I thought made sense to put by the sewing machines. And then this is my Cricut cup that has all my Cricut accessories and blah, blah, blah in it. And then these are like tools for the sewing machine, and then some stickers up there. Now on this side, it's a lot more organized because all I did was basically put everything back that was originally up there, mostly. which is, you know, my scissors. I like my scissors in the cup. They're easiest for me. I do have this thing here for my small scissors, and then all of my rotary cutters. I know it's obscene, but whatever. I have other tools here, and then some more tools here, like highlighters and pens, and then I have all of my fabric markers there. A little container for my fabric clips, snaps, buttons. I can't even think. Safety pins, seam rippers, basically everything that I would need. Maybe some of that should go over there. It would make more sense over there than over here. Over here, I'm trying to just have cutting utensils for cutting my fabric, marking my fabric. And then over here, obviously, everything I would need during the sewing process. So it would definitely make more sense to put the clips over here. All right, we'll rearrange that. I've already come to conclusions that I'm probably going to rearrange stuff after everything is in here. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. The desk is a mess, but it is up and beautiful, and I still love it. I did buy this. It's basically just like an office desk mat from Amazon, so that when I'm working, I don't mess up the desk. I really want to do my best to keep these desks in great working order. My print shelves are staying exactly as they are. They'll just get better organized. And the pièce de résistance is my fabrics organization. I just realized that I have two of the same fabric on opposite sides. I'll have to fix that. But the plan is to fold all my fabrics neatly, store them away, and then to color code them, which will come down the line and be a whole nother video. But I am so proud that I have finally folded everything and gotten it in a cubby. So yeah, that's where we're at. This basket has current projects that I'm working on that are actually just like cut out and I haven't touched. And then this is just stuff from Pin Up Pretty, either finished products or stuff that I'm still working on. This is a bag of wigs, y'all. So we got to go through those. And then I'm going to organize this pegboard better also, and put some containers up there for stuff. So that bookshelf over there is the purse bookshelf, and then this container is beauty and skincare. So it's like never ending. Okay, so we got this corner together, y'all. As you can see, I bought a IKEA Kallax. It's actually two. It's the one that has the 4 and then 2, and then my husband joined them together for me and put wheels on it. I've started to transition my patterns out of the purple little totes and put them in these, because this is going to be covered up by a curtain, not this curtain, because I can't help myself. I ordered some lavender ones, but I had this extra one just so I could see how it looked and what length I would need. And as you can see, the length is absolutely perfect. So the curtains will actually be that color, so everything matches, because I'm obsessed with matching. But I love the way everything is coming out so far. So this will be closed off by curtains, so I won't see that mess. And then I'm either going to buy a secondary set of curtains, but I'm thinking maybe I can get some fabric with a subtle pattern on it, just to give that some contrast and just some interest. But all of this is getting covered up, all the piping work for the washer and dryer. And I swear to God, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I did do a bit over here. The desk is a mess because that's become the dump off area. My beautiful chair that my husband thinks that I should cover up with seat cushions because he swears the white is going to get messed up. I'm still debating on that. This is my ironing board cart. As you can see, I started to put things on there. I have that little ironing board right there that I'm gonna attach to the top of this. So that's a project coming, and that is going away, and that is probably going to go behind the IKEA bookshelf. And then this is just stuff that I need to just either throw away or put away. So I'm going to get started with that. But as you can see, the cabinets are looking pretty neat. I got a lot of fabric folded and put away. I have empty ones at the bottom that I still have space for. So everything has a place to go. I just need to get it there. All right, so let's do that. So my curtains finally came, yay! As you can see, they're like a light lavender. So let's open them and put them up. Okay, so I got the curtains up after my little mishap. I did tie a piece of string to the pipe to give it more stability for the weight of the curtains. So let's go ahead and close them. So this side has to close all the way, and then that side is kind of bunchy, which is driving me insane. So I may cut these in half and sew it to this side. There's no way to avoid it with the piping. I just I don't know. I have to think on it and see how I can make it better. These are super wrinkled. So I will take them down and iron them because that's gonna bother me too. But yeah, I like the hidden storage. It just took that area over there to another level. So I know once I cover that up, it's gonna be perfection and what I dreamed of in my head. So yeah. Now I'm wondering if I should get a second set of curtains and just use one curtain for this side and put a third curtain over there. That's an idea too. And the curtains would cost the same amount as just if I bought fabric. It might actually be cheaper because the curtains were only $20. I would probably need quite a few yards of fabric. All right, I'm gonna sleep on it. As of right now, I do love it. I don't love the wrinkles, but yeah. You can cover that up and it looks nice and tidy. We'll iron those another day. So it's like a never-ending process, it feels like. But I know that I will eventually get there. It just seems like forever. And I think it's because of the little minor setbacks with the furniture and things like that. But I'm pretty proud of how the space is looking so far. Like I said, it'll be a lot of rearranging after the fact and all that. But, you know, I'm just trying to get everything where it needs to go. And then I'll neaten it up and organize it better. But yeah, so far so good. Talk about hard to put on. Yeah, so this part was really hard to screw in. I don't know if it's because of the angle of the chair and the top part is pressure on the screws, but you can tell it's sturdy. It's a sturdy chair. I can definitely say that, because it has this metal faceplate, and this was, oh, I love it. All right, let's get on to the arms. Almost done. Okay, there was a bunch of stuff all in front of here. There isn't anymore. That is a ginormous bag of garbage. I have thrown away 5 of those big contractor bags. Yay me. Okay, so I can't be accused of hoarding because there's literally nothing else I can throw away. Those 2 bolts are actually my daughter's. I've got to find somewhere to put those. This corner is what it is. It's going to stay that way. My mannequins need somewhere to go. I actually got rid of RIP. I got rid of Betty. I kept Marilyn. My mirror is going to go back up here. It was right here. I'm going to pick whichever one looks the least appealing and stick it on there. And then back here, everything is neat and tidy. It just looks like a lot of stuff. Like my husband says, it looks cluttered. It looks like an organized mess is what he said. I was a little offended, but because I thought I did a good job. But like I said, I can't throw anything else away. Everything is literally organized and in a designated place. That tower has all of my purses. That has, big tote bags like a carry-on for when you go to the airport. That's my kitten Caboodle doll. If you don't know about her, if you know, you know. This is my vanity area. Pretty organized. Nothing out of place. There's literally nowhere else for this cart to go. It's for the laundry. It has the cleaning supplies and laundry supplies. Washer, dryer. Everything here is neat and in order. A space for everything. And then everything is neat over here. There's going to, like I said, going to be a curtain going over here. And then a curtain covering up this ugly mess. So you won't really even be able to see any of this. And then I'm still organizing the desk, which to me is pretty amazing. Like, I'm so in love with this desk now. I just have to flip that door around because it's driving me crazy that I have to open it from this side instead of opening it from that side. But other than that, everything is Fabu. That's the top to my sewing machine. And my little ironing board cart and my pillows that goes to my chair. I'm still organizing the patterns, so I have to neatly put these, and then they're going on that shelf. And other than that, they'll just be more tidying up as I go along and see what works best for me and where I like everything. So that's pretty much it. Off of the floor, and then we'll do a full tour. This chair, all right, let me get to this chair because I keep saying, I'm going to show you my chair. I'm going to show you my chair. I got this chair off Amazon. And when I tell you this chair is amazeballs, let me just show you. Bear with me because I'm doing this with one hand. So this pulls out. That flips up, right? But not just that. Let me show you one other thing. Look how far back it reclines. Like, you can legit take a nap in this thing. And when I tell you it's so freaking comfortable, holy smokes, it's so freaking comfortable. And it came with this pillow for your back because you already have the headrest here. This is a height adjustable. The chair itself is adjustable as well. You can recline it to different inclines, or you can sit straight up and then it goes up and down, obviously for height. But yeah, this chair, it was like $160 and then it went all the way down to like 120. So that's when I bought it, but highly recommend. I would definitely leave a link below if you're looking for a comfy chair. I got it mainly because it reclined, and I love the ottoman, because I like to sometimes come down here and have me time and watch my shows on my, don't make fun of my little TV. My husband likes big TVs, but it's perfect. It's white. It's exactly what I want. And I can recline in my chair and watch my shows. So yeah. All right, let's finish this last little bit up. We are in the home stretch. I have to clean that up too and reorganize it because it's a mess. But yeah, it's coming along. Pretty much done. Just gotta organize a little more little crap and put up my curtains and cover that up with a piece of fabric, and everything is pretty much where it's gonna go. Like you said, organized chaos, but everything is in its place, and I love it. And it is so much more room in here than before. Like, look at it. I could freaking do Zumba in here if I wanted to. Thanks again, husband. Okay, guys, this is my new and improved sewing room. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. A few things have not changed. They were just tidied up, but a few things did change. These cabinets were always there. They were just a hot mess and they had different things in them. So what I did was I took all of my pattern cubes out of here and I moved them to another location, which I'll show you shortly. But I decided to put all my fabrics here. I did take the time to go through all of them, sort through, you know how we hold on to scraps, thinking we're going to use them and never do. So I got rid of all of that. It's not perfect, and I still have some things that I want to tidy up. Like, as you can see down at the bottom, there's a couple bags, there's a couple mismatched totes, and it looks, there's just things thrown in them that I still have to sort through. But as you can see, the fabric is tidy. I do still have my vintage purses here because they're so delicate. They're lucite and they're old, and I don't want them to get dusty or broken. So I keep them here because I feel that's the safest place to keep them. But my beautiful fabrics are folded neatly and they're color coordinated. Most of them, again, still have work to do. More fabrics down there. These are like remnants, but too big of a piece to get rid of, but not big enough for like a huge project. And then all of my prints, books, magazines, memorabilia, and my Gertie books are up here. These cabinets are from IKEA, by the way. I can't remember what they're called, but I'll put them in a description below if you want to get them. They are amazing, and I do highly recommend them. So yeah, I'm not going to open every cabinet so you could see every piece of fabric because it's fabric. I have my mirror here, which I like, hanging on one of the doors. So it's, it's a cabinet behind there, but the mirror is in front of it. My mannequin, we got rid of Betty, y'all. I had two mannequins. One was not adjustable, but Marilyn is adjustable. And the outfit that she is wearing is what I was supposed to wear. It's a hat, matching hat that I made. And the top, belt, skirt. I made all of that. Another story for another day, but I decided to alter the waistband to be a high waistband. It wound up being 2 inches too small, so I couldn't wear it. I was frustrated, so I bought a dress. But yeah, she's beautiful. And this is another vintage purse that I was going to wear with this outfit, and my gold mules. So over here is the cabinet that I told you guys about earlier in the video. That my husband bought for his office. He wound up not using. It was perfect for this corner, so he gave it to me. It stores all of my purses, which goes all the way down to the ground. And everything fits there perfectly. I do have some other bits and bobs up at the top of the cabinets, which is my hat box with my hats, some wigs in these 2 boxes, hair care products that's just too big to store in my cabinet, and Lego 1950s Lego diner set that my cousin made for me, and then some other packaging and stuff. So over here on this side is my vanity area. I have these totes that I showed you guys that I repurposed. I did paint them to match the lavender theme. And it has all of my hair care products, my skincare products, and whatnot in there. My vanity, this does flip up, and it has a mirror on the underside of the tabletop. But as you can see, I have another mirror there. So I just use that one right now. This is also my laundry room, so it serves, a multiple purpose, a needed purpose. So we did stack the washer and dryer. It used to be side by side, and it took up so much room. We did not realize how much room it took up until we stacked it, which I'm so glad that we did, because it left so much more room. So I was able to stack the washer, my husband stacked the washer and dryer, and then we put all of the necessary things that are required for laundry and cleaning. Now, I know I said earlier that I did not want anything next to the washer and dryer, but this is the Kallax unit that worked out so well, because once I put everything away, I realized that I did need just a wee bit more space, and then this did kind of just look like a wasted zone. So what I did was I moved all my patterns to different baskets, and I put these here. So these have things that like unfinished unfinished projects, which we all have, that I'm currently working on. This one has all of my camera equipment that I'm currently using. This is pillows that go to my fabulous chair, and then random stuff is just in that one. This is my record player that my husband got me for our first year anniversary, an air purifier, my incense, because I love incense. My Cricut has a new home over here. As you can see, I did put curtains here to cover up all of the unsightly but necessary piping of the washer and dryer. And then I just carried the curtains all the way over to here. So I'm going to show you what's behind there. Okay, I know it looks a little cluttered, but everything has a place, trust me. These are actually these, and I'll explain that in a moment. So these were not intended to go here, but I'll explain. So these are all my patterns that I relocated over here. Oh my gosh. They say you never realize how much stuff you have until you have to start putting it away and whatnot. So that is that. Everything has a place. They're neat and tidy, as I did show you earlier in the video. I am putting all of my patterns in these plastic sleeves, again, because they're not in the closed cabinet anymore. And I just don't want them to, something to happen to them due to moisture or dust or whatever. So I underestimated. I only bought 100 of those plastic sleeves. I severely underestimated how many patterns I have. It is a bit darker over in this corner because I have not installed the light. Well, my husband hasn't installed the light up there, but that's another, again, project for another day. I'm sure 6 months from now, I'll probably do an update on what it looks like in here, and it'll be different. In this corner, the curtains are amazing at hiding things that I need to keep but do not want to see. So these are bolts of fabric that my daughter bought from the Joann Fabrics, goodbye sale. And then this box here is my polyfill. These are cork boards that I'm going to put on the other side of the room where my sewing machine and cutting table is. And this is just a big old tub of homemade clothes detergent. So let me just move these real quick so I can show you guys this cabinet. It's hard to do stuff with one hand. This is the light that's supposed to go over here. That's why I just put it there, because it makes sense for it just to be there until it's installed. And this is the cabinet that did previously have all of the clothes detergent and whatnot in it. I just, like I said, repurposed it. I stacked it on top of each other. This is from IKEA as well. I will look up what the name of it is and put it in the description below. It's literally the exact same cabinet. It's just one has glass doors and one doesn't. So I was able to organize all of my crafting supplies, my Cricut vinyl, all of that stuff, my stuff for Pin Up Pretty, my resin things. So all of my craft stuff is organized here and nice and neat. I can close the doors, not have to look at it. Down here, let me take my glasses off. I still have space, as you can see, for various other things. There's still so much space left. And again, stuff is not perfectly organized, but everything is in a place and I'll deal with it later on. So these are just all of like my paints and paint pens, things like that. This is some charm patterns and some other patterns that I have to organize that are PDF patterns. Empty space. And then down here, all of my vinyl records and my charm patterns that are cut out and in envelopes. And yeah, that's that. Over here, I love this space, like I said before, because I'm able to close it off and you can't see the mess. That's not really a mess to me. All right, so looping back over here is my little ironing board cart, which I saw on Pinterest and I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So my daughter had this cart, again, IKEA, and I haven't attached the ironing board to it. As you can see, it does have a top to it. So I'm going to get my husband to attach the ironing board. I have the hinges from IKEA, and I'll be able to lift it up like that, store some things in that, so that's not useless space, and then put it back down. As of right now, I've used it, and it works exactly how I hoped it would. So it's amazing. And then I just keep my 2 irons, some dye, clothes dye. Good Lord, I can't talk today. Some rubber gloves and a water bottle for the iron itself. Okay, so we're going to get over to this side, and I'm going to move my chair out the way. This is the sewing table side. As you can see, we have Violet, that's my girl, and all of my, most of my threads. This area pegboard is, again, it's kind of sparse because I still haven't figured out what else I want over here. I just put immediate needs for right now, and then I'll figure it out later. But all the things that I'll need as I'm sewing, clips, tools for the sewing machine, pattern weights, things like that. These should probably be over there where the cutting table is. That is my Cricut stuff. That is my reminder to just keep swimming. And then this was a cute little postcard that came with my cutting mats from Honey's Haven, which is where I got them from. So I kept that. And then this beautiful lavender desk mat that I got from Amazon. I'll post the link in the description box as usual. And it just keeps my table nice so I don't get any scratches from my sewing machine or scissors or anything like that. This is my serger, my brother's serger. I keep it covered so to try and keep it as dust free as possible. And then this is just a basket of bits and bobs. My wristlet pin cushion from Charm Patterns. This is a little trash can, little vacuum. My remote to my TV, things like that. I just keep in here. And this is my pins, my little magnetic pin cushion holder thing. And then just some various things that I just wanted to keep on my pegboard in this basket that I need. I don't know what these things are called. Stylus for my iPad. Little tiles with pictures on them. Little Maryland calendar from 2019, but I love Maryland, so I'm not throwing it away. Charm calendar, another Maryland calendar. The love of my life. He was so little then, but he's not that little anymore. Little trash can for little threads and stuff. Gertie's latest book, which I have not used any patterns out of as of yet, but I keep it there because it's lovely. A fan, of course. A drink. And then this is just a little makeshift coaster, but I will be making matching coasters to go down here because why not? And then this pegboard has all of the things that I'll need while I'm cutting my patterns and marking my patterns and things like that. So, you know, measuring tape, pins, chalk, hand sanitizer because I'm a germaphobe. Some just bits and bobs, needles, things like that, buttons, my 8,000 rotary cutters. Don't judge me. If you do, I still don't care. Lint roller, little snip scissors I keep here. All of my tools, my 8 million pair of scissors. Again, don't judge me. If you do, I don't care. Marking pens, regular pens, and then other tools that I need. Snap pliers, things like that. And then you guys have seen this before. If you've watched any of my other videos, this is my prints shelf, which is in a little bit of disarray. It needs to be organized. So I keep all of my Prince memorabilia up here, all of my stuff from when I went to Paisley Park. A beautiful painting that was painted for me that you can't see right now because I have to relocate her. But love that painting by a good friend of mine, Jeff. Another picture of my sweet baby dude in his Purple Rain shirt. And yeah, so that's the print shelf. Now, let's get to my favorite thing, my desk. So we decided to, my desk used to be about this small, right to here, from there to there. So what we did was, in my head, I had a vision of having an L-shaped desk and having my sewing machines there. Excuse me, my mouth is so dry. And being able to cut patterns here because I'm notorious for cutting patterns on the floor. And my husband came down here one time and I don't know why, but it really annoyed him that I was cutting fabric on the floor. He was like, why? Because my table's not long enough. So what I did was we repurposed that. We bought a couple of table legs and actually the desk was this big. I was going to repurpose the desktop, but my husband was like, no, just buy a new one. So we bought another one of those, which as you can see, there's a seam here. So it goes from here to the wall. And then this one goes from here to here. I bought this cabinet, which the door is on backwards and I still haven't changed it yet. And I keep all of my zippers and then like notions and things in there. Yeah, everything is so organized. I love it. So all of my notions, my carbon paper, things like that. Huge basket of zippers. If you're looking for zippers, you can get them on Amazon. That's where I get mine. I will post a link below. You guys are gonna get sick of me saying that, but people, that way I won't have to answer the question when people ask me later. This is brilliant. Don't laugh. It is a container for your wrapping paper for Christmas. All I did was leave the top off of it, and then I get my patterns printed from the plotted pattern. Believe that's what her company is. Again, I'll post the link below. Before I knew that she folded them, I always got them in the roll. And then she started folding them, so I started ordering them that way. But I haven't gotten around to cutting those out yet, so that works for me. And then, of course, I can keep all of my rulers here, which is pretty handy. Yeah, so that works. And it looks neat and tidy. All right, so moving on. I'm going to pull this ruler out because it's part of this whole spiel here. This is the 35 by 24 cutting mat from Honey's Haven on Amazon. Again, post the link. It comes with the one cutting mat, one quilted ruler. It comes with this rotary cutter. And then you also get a collection of clips. As you can see, all of my stuff is purple, but she also has pink, teal, and I think other colors. I'm not sure. I really wasn't paying attention to the other colors, but definitely she has pink and teal, and purple for sure. So I got that. Oh, and it came with, I can show you this side too. It came with a pack of rotary cutter blades as well. All of that. So the clips, the rotary cutter blades, the rotary cutter, the quilted ruler, and the cutting mat for $45. Which leads me to this side. Again, this is a drawer that I already had. So we repurposed this and I just organized it with these little things that I had. Did I get this from, I got these from the Dollar Tree, I think, when it was the Dollar Tree. I've had it that long. And then I just put all of my sewing feet and everything that I need that pertain to my sewing machines in here. Again, as you can see, I have more space, more room to grow. So yeah, I've been looking for that battery. Let me take that out. And then down here, I just keep all of my extra threads, my threads for my serger, and, you know, compressed air, buttons, things like that. Ooh, it is hot in here, honey. Down here, I just have a little garbage can, again, from IKEA. That is the top to my regular sewing machine. And those are the 2 foot pedals. The one to the left, gray, is for the serger. The white one is for my brother's sewing machine. And I have the non-slip mats that I got from Shein. Oh, my TV. I've talked about this TV before. It's been in here since the beginning. It's just a little Vizio TV. Nothing special, nothing amazing. My husband did put a Fire Stick, I think, on it. So I get everything on there. So I can watch any and everything. These lights are the lights that I got. I did my little makeshift. My husband hates it, but he's busy, so I had to get the lights up. So I velcroed them up there. Don't judge me. They've been up there and they ain't fall down yet. Knock on wood. So those we got from Amazon. And like I said, I wanted them in different zones. So I wanted one over the sewing machines. I wanted one over the cutting table. There is one over my vanity. And then again, I have one for over in this corner that is not installed yet. Okay, so now I wanted to tell y'all about the issue as to why I have 4 cutting mats. I ordered these and maybe it was on me. I didn't fully read the description, or I don't know. My previous cutting mat was a self-healing cutting mat. And apparently these are not self-healing. I just want you to know that if you buy one. And I'm going to show you what that means. Normally with my other cutting mat, I guess when you cut it, it would just squeeze back together and it wouldn't leave a trace that you cut on it. These, however, I guess because they're colored, and I'm going to show you what I mean. And I'm also going to tell you why I think they are still an amazing buy. First of all, let me just say that Honey's Haven customer service is bar none. Okay, when I contacted them, all they asked me to do was send them pictures and tell them what happened. I told them what happened. They did inform me that, you know, these are not self-healing cutting mats, that, you know, if you cut on a curve, which is what she told me, it is gonna leave the mark on the cutting mat and it will not self-heal. So with that being said, you know, she apologized and she's offered to send me a replacement. Now, to me, I thought she was just going to send the cutting mat, and I was completely fine with that. However, she sent me the entire set. So she sent me 2 more cutting mats, 2 more rotary cutters, 2 more bags of clips, 2 more, you know, packs of blades for the rotary cutter, and 2 more quilted rulers. So again, bar none customer service. But let me show you why I feel that they are still a good buy anyway, even if they get marred. This is why. Okay, I hope that you guys can see what I mean, how they get marred if you cut on a curve. And as you can see, my cuts are curved, right? And then it shows the second layer of what's underneath the color of the mat. So my mat has essentially chips in it. And again, it is what it is, but these are reversible. So if I'm cutting on them and they get too marred like this, ever since she told me that though, I've been mindful not to do curved cuts with my rotary cutter. If I need to cut a curve, I'll just use my scissors just to cut down on the wear and tear on my mats. And it's on this one too, but it's not as bad. Again, you know, both, this is how thick they are, right? And then they're both reversible. So once I get too many cuts for my visual liking on these cutting mats, what I'll do is I'll just flip them over, and that'll extend the life. And then I have 2 more to use. So, like I said, the customer service was great. And for $45 for this size mat, if the importance is the color to you, which it was to me, I feel it's worth it. And because it's double-sided. So yeah. All right. That's the rest of my spiel about the cutting mats.